Ignorance, known as Avijja in Pali, is a central concept in Buddhist philosophy and teachings. It refers to a fundamental misunderstanding, or lack of insight into the true nature of reality, which leads to suffering and the cycle of rebirth. Here are some key points to understand about ignorance. Avijja. 1. Definition. Avijja is often translated as ignorance, but it goes beyond mere lack of knowledge. It refers to a deep-rooted delusion, or ignorance of the Four Noble Truths, which are the foundation of Buddhist teachings. Avijja is considered the root cause of all suffering. 2. Fundamental misunderstanding. Avijja involves a misperception of true nature of existence. It is characterized by a failure to recognize the three marks of existence: impermanence anicca, unsatisfactoriness dukkha, and non-self anatta. Instead of perceiving the world as impermanent and devoid of a fixed self, ignorance gives receto attachment, clinging, and a false sense of identity. 3. Origin and perpetuation. According to Buddhist teachings, ignorance arises from the beginningless cycle of rebirth samsara. It is an inherent aspect of conditioned existence and is closely related to the concept of dependent origination, paticca samuppada. Ignorance gives rise to volitional actions, karma, which in turn perpetuate the cycle of suffering and rebirth. 4. Role in the 12 links of dependent origination. The doctrine of dependent origination describes causal chain of existence. Ignorance is considered the first link in this chain, leading to the subsequent links of mental formations, consciousness, and so on, ultimately resulting in aging, death, and the continuation of suffering. Breaking this cycle requires the removal of ignorance. 5. Overcoming ignorance. The path to liberation in Buddhism involves assaulting wisdom and insight to dispel ignorance. This is achieved through the development of right understanding, samadhi, and the practice of mindfulness and meditation. By directly experiencing the true nature of reality, one can overcome ignorance and attain liberation from suffering. 6. Relationship with other defilements. Ignorance is closely interconnected with other mental defilements, known as the three poisons: greed, lobha, hatred, dosa, and delusion, moha. These defilements arise from ignorance and contribute to the perpetuation of suffering. Overcoming ignorance leads to the eradication of these defilements, fostering clarity, compassion, and wisdom. In summary, ignorance, Avijja, in Buddhism, refers to a profound misunderstanding of nature of reality. It is the root cause of suffering and the cycle of rebirth. Overcoming ignorance through insight and wisdom is essential for liberation from suffering and attaining enlightenment.